construction to $795,562.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Any further business? Hearing none. Commissioners' reports. Mr. Honor?
The only thing I have, I mean, it's going back to that approval that we did for the food services in Carbon County. I have to just give a shout out to the Shepherd House, and not only to them, but all the food banks that are throughout our county. They do a tremendous job. And I think I just got the report this morning. I think the last quarter that we got, I think it was like $90,000 that was spent. Or what we got, I think it was like $98,000, and we spent all of it at 43 cents. So I think they're doing a pretty good job, and there's always room for more improvement. And I want to go back to even to the veterans giveaway, the food bank distribution. It's out there. If you're a veteran, come and get it. The other thing I want to talk about, I'm going to hit a little bit on the veterans here, and it was with Mr. Lukasevich. He was a speaker at our conference this week, and he was one of the ones that initiated this green light project, and I just want to thank him for doing that. And I think the rest of the state, I don't know, you were asking for more. How many more signed up for it?
Yeah, I don't know, but we expect all 67
Well, that's
counties
good.
in Pennsylvania.
Okay,
Yep.
and that's all for my report.
Okay. Commissioner Lukasevich?
Could we, Mark, can you hit the little mute button on that laptop? There should be like a little microphone, maybe symbol, if you could just click on it. Is there one there?
Oh, it's given the delay. Yeah,
The mute? Yeah. How's that? Good. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa, we're going to move you to technology, to the IT department, or you just take Kevin's spot because he's been doing really well. So that's good. So, yeah, I guess I will mention first and foremost the website redesign. Actually, Carbon County website redesign is complete. That'll be rolled out by our IT department in the next couple weeks. I mentioned that because I see the item website redesign, the approval and execution for the forms, many of our forms to be provided and available to be filled in actually online. No longer necessarily having to download either into Adobe Reader or Adobe Standard or down to your desktop. Many of the forms that fall under the Board of Commissioners will be accessible. Fill them right out, HTML, and they'll automatically be pushed right to the office for actual processing and action. Now, you'll still always have the option to print them out and do it, kind of by pen or pencil, whatever you utilize to fill those out. But that's just another step ahead. Those funds were set aside in the initial budget for that project, and that is initial American Rescue Plan money that was being utilized. Again, that's about being able to get information out to individuals, and so that'll be rolling out shortly. Speaking of veterans, yesterday in a historic occurrence took place in Washington, D.C., where President Biden signed what is referred to as the PACT Act. Its long term is the Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson honoring our promise to address Comprehensive Toxic Act. This really expands and extends the eligibility for VA health care benefits for those who have been exposed to toxics, and it's going back Vietnam era, Gulf War, post 9/11. This could add up to 3.5 million new beneficiaries to the VA rolls, and keep that in mind, so I'm going to come back to that after I talk about the other impact of this historic legislation. It adds more than 20 presumptive conditions. That means if you have X, then we assume, or the VA assumes, that you do have a service-connected disability. And that's how service members get compensation and treatment from the VA, by ensuring it is verifying it's a service-connected. It adds more presumptive locations for Agent Orange and radiation exposure, so expanding the toxins, provide screening for every veteran enrolled in VA healthcare, and helps VA improve research, staff education, and treatment. I bring this up, 3.5 million additional veterans could be eligible for benefits. 3,069 counties in the United States, divided up. So that's a potential of 1,100 plus new veterans applying for benefits in each county in the United States. Our office is already taxed with the services it provides to our veterans and the multiple programs that we provide. It is going to stress our 3 county veteran service officers. While I want to thank Senator Casey for his unrelenting support for the PACT Act, unwavering from the get-go, compared to other legislators who represent Carbon County, I'm going to appeal to Senator Casey to support the CVSO Act, which is an act that is pending to provide up to $250 million, $50 million per year over 5 years to help us support and pay for additional services and resources for our county veteran service officers. Again, they're going to see a lot more stress in the offices based upon assistance that will be required. We need to provide the resources for them to be able to manage the increased workload. That's all I have.
Meeting adjourned. I call the meeting of the election board.
I'm going to move to, Commissioner Arner, I'm going to move to recess this meeting for 1 week. I know we're going to, next week, we expect to ratify the grant submission, and that's fine, that's great. We want to move forward on that. But the fact is, I do believe that, given the amount of information that flowed in last night, I know we got a presentation, plus CCAP has sent us additional information, and I, for one, did not have a chance to thoroughly go through all that information. It was a significant tranche of information. So I would make a motion to recess for 1 week and then reestablish that meeting next week when Commissioner Notstein is also here and he's had a chance to review that document. Whereas it may not, change at all what we're planning on doing. The fact is, it would just due diligence on our part.
I'll second that.
I'm sorry, I was like,
Yeah.
Mr. Arner.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes. Yeah.
I was so confused,
So
sorry.
that was pretty easy.
There you go.
So, I mean, you don't want, so nothing, okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure I was
Yeah,
on the same
because I saw
page.
there's
Okay.
nothing there that
Well, there
needed
isn't.
immediate
Yeah,
attention
exactly,
since we're gonna look
exactly.
at ratifying next week,
Just one thing I wanted to say, I still am in contact with the church. Every time I call them, they say, oh, the meeting's next week and we'll let you know, but that's been happening every time. I was away last week too, so I haven't reached out.
St.
But
Mark, St.
that's-
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, they say it's okay, but I haven't really got a formal answer, so
Yeah.
I don't really wanna wait too much longer. You know what I mean, to let all the
I
voters know.
would give them a deadline, Lisa.
Yeah,
Just
well,
tell
I
them,
kind of did do that,
Oh.
but I guess, the person that I spoke with wasn't at the meeting, he was away,
Oh.
and they forgot to put it in the meeting, like, I guess it's just, it seems very, like, not, technical.
Yeah.
So I guess they forgot, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in touch with him
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So, but
Are
I'll
there
let you know.
any guests here that would wanna make a comment?
Yeah.
And then no further business? Meeting adjourned.
Yeah. Recess.
Recess.
Recess time.
Yeah. Good.
You done? Okay, how about some questions? Should we give the new guy something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Does anyone know how old the website is?
I'm sorry?
Does anyone know how old the existing website is?
Pretty old.
Look at it, it's old.
It's
Yeah,
like, oh my God, it's probably the first one that was ever done. I don't know.
I have
I
no
don't- I
idea.
couldn't even tell you.
And is there the total cost of the contract, is that, and it's all ARP funds? It's all,
American Rescue Plan, it's COVID-related funding
Okay.
that was set aside for that, yeah.
Do you know what the cost of it is right now?
Off the top of my head, I don't recall.
All right.
Now, our other new reporter, or no, our
Oh,
fill-in reporter, what do you have today?
Can you just talk about, I guess you guys established these bylaws for the Animal Shelter Advisory Commission, just kind of talk about what that is.
Well, I think we finally settled on it, like who's in control and who's not in control. And I think the advisory board is a very important part of the operations. And we just set things in place so we aren't confused and arguing with each other that this one does this and that one does that. But they are very instrumental in making the dog shelter run. I mean, these are people that know what, you know, they're trainers or, you know, even business people that how things should be run, you know, and I think some of their suggestions we're actually already doing already. You know, the suggestions with getting somebody, a clerical person, somebody else sort of like a maintenance, like that other position that we established. It's somebody just come in and clean up that's not a dog trainer. So I said we finally got it over with and it's established what it has to be. And I'm looking forward to, you know, moving forward with this because they're really gonna help us out a lot.
So this is gonna make the animal shelter run a little bit more smoother.
Yeah, and like I said, I can walk a dog or let them run in my field, but I don't know how to take care of them in the shelter, and these people are really instrumental in helping us on that.
This is not standard operating procedures for the shelter. These are the bylaws for the commission. It's a new
Yeah.
commission that was stood up. You know, most commissions or boards have bylaws to guide their left and right limits, what they should be doing, what they can be doing, and maybe what they can't be doing. And this, again, this just helps, you know, get that well established to ensure things run smoothly and everyone understands their duties and responsibilities in their advisory capacity. You know, they don't make decisions, they make recommendations, just like our Parks and Rec commission does also to us. And ultimately, we assume the responsibility of the decisions that we make, you know, based upon their recommendations.
How many people are on this advisory committee?
Five.
And they meet monthly, weekly?
Yes, well, monthly, and then they have their subcommittees that they work on also. You know, they could have 2-3 subcommittees.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, first Tuesday evening of every month down in primarily 44 Susquehanna.
Thank you.
59.9K.
thank you.
Yeah.
Will this advisory commission be doing like one large report, or will it be ongoing recommendations to the?
Well, we're hoping
It's like every commission we have, right? They have a meeting and they provide those minutes and information to the Board of Commissioners. Yeah.
Are you going to post the bylaws, or are they available?
We'll give us your email,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
send them
send
to you. Yeah, I mean, they're public.
Thank you.
All right, that's it, I guess. I think.